turn my back, you laughing.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Denver Broncos. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Lindsay. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give, running right, Lindsay. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Wait, ready. Rewind.
From the 41, Flacco. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On third down, Lindsay, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
What is it? Mike 43. Gun. Express. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check. 40. Record. 8. 43.
On third down, Newton going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Panthers. 56 yards. That pass was heavily defended on third down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
8.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
You must be dreaming. Hatchet. Express. 8.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Flacco finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Hey, Alpha! Rush in! Rush in! Rush in!
Third down, Flacco from the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down, McCaffrey.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check three. Check express.
Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First and 10 at the 24.
Ready. 43's the mic. Switch one. 20. Check 25.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Yellow.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing on second down. Flacco into the hands of Patrick left side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Go.
Here's Flacco. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
On the return, Jackson. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Newton now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Strong right. Gun. 43 is the mic. Express! Echo, echo! 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Great. 43.
Throwing again. Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Gun. I got you. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge.
To throw on third down. Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now Scarlett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
20.
They'll run it with Scarlett. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
That's it. 43 in the express. Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Man. 20. That's trash. Express. Over. Hey, they scared.
From the gun, here's Newton. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
We got 4. Block it. Hey, team 6.
Now it's Flacco. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
us here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb, a sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton, and his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On third down, Newton. Got a man, it's right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 36. Hey! Express! Run!
This is Scarlett on the carry. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 50, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
At the 7-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. to pass. Flacco. Throw left side complete. That's Spencer. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
First down, Denver.
Now they can breathe a little easier. Some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And an alley to run. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Phillip Lindsey, 78 yards, and the Broncos have taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Check. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Express. 43. Hey, I'm coming after you. 43 is the mic. 3 buzz. Gun. Shot.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. Great. Mike's 43.
3rd and 2, Newton. Wright's got it. 3/4 in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 42-yard line.
Staying open. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Defense win shit.
2nd and 5 now. Newton. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
43 is the mic. All right, T, let's check. All right, T. Check 20. Lucky. Gun. Express. Pause.
From the gun on third down, Newton. Flush to his right. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a carry for Lindsey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Jackson to return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Switch. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Tackles. 20.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 76 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Roger, 5-0. You're over here. You're over here. Hey, wahoo! Jumping.
Flacco. He's going to fire one deep over the... He's got a man. Complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick, 72 yards. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Express! Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
On first down, it's Newton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
43 is the mic. Push him back. Push him back. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. You can't block me. 43 is the mic. Great. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Mike's 43. Mike's 43. He don't know no.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Gun. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Express! It's a party now. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Check mic.
Here we go with McCaffrey. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Time to go. Night. Wait. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Check. 9.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Check. Check out.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you kind of hit the jackpot there.
It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about right a finish to this one. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right?
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Newton's Super Bowl nemesis, Von Miller, in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. One last throw here for Newton. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.